than a century ago, Community High School District 99 began with a commitment to quality education and service to students. That mission has never wavered as the communities grew and prospered. When North High School's first cornerstone was laid in 1928, and later, when South High was built in 1964. But District 99 is in a crisis. Students are overcrowded, sardined into hallways, cafeterias, and classrooms. Overcrowding is such a problem that both schools together are over capacity by 1,200 students. And in just 3 short years, there will be 1,500 more students than what the schools should hold.
Our current very crowded conditions in District 99 have had some serious effects on the educational program. For example, right now at both the North and South campuses, we have every period of the day 450 students that aren't even in each of the buildings. There are 18 portable classrooms located in trailers that are parked on the campus. Our class sizes are going to go up. We're going to end up teaching classes in inappropriate spaces, such as an English class being taught in a home economics classroom. And we are going to find ourselves having to limit the number of courses that any student can take. We begin serving lunch at 10:45 and we finish at 1:30. We're soon going to find ourselves beginning to serve lunch before 10:30 and after 2 o'clock. You virtually have no way to effectively manage and supervise under such crowded conditions. It is a problem of safety in the building. This is a very large, complex organization. There are almost 3,500 people on the South Campus just by itself any day of the week, with 3,100 students and 300 to 400 employees.
Some classrooms at North High haven't changed much since the 1920s. Rooms that were built and probably should have about 24 or 25 desks in them are often filled with over 30 desks and chairs. There's no available space. Flexibility and innovation are really not possible. There's really no room for student-teacher conferences and very little room for small group work. Overcrowded stairways, overcrowded lunchrooms have become the expected. We've really lost a lot of the flexibility we would like to have to be able to do some different kinds of things, some more innovative and creative things.
Every conceivable space has been transformed into usable areas for students and teachers. Stairwells and bathrooms have been turned into offices or classrooms. Storage rooms have been turned into music and practice rooms. 6 trailers have been added at South High and 3 trailers at North.
I think it's pretty frustrating, and I think that it adds a lot of tension to the school in general because you have people bumping into each other, and you know, you'll have somebody who'll just be walking down the hall and stop, and that can block like 50 people, and it just sort of creates a tension in the air that you can feel throughout the school.
Well, as a freshman, everything looks large to you. So when you're walking through a hall and things are crowded, you don't really want to say anything. You're just really concerned with getting to where you need to be. So, but as a sophomore and junior, you tend to get frustrated because you really need to go where you're going. But now as a senior, it's built up a lot of tension inside with myself and among other people I'm sure a lot of fights have been caused because of people just bumping into each other. The stairwells are horrendous. They're absolutely, I mean, you can't fall in them because if you start to fall, someone's there in front of you to catch you. But, I mean, it's really, I think in a sense it's a safety hazard.
One of the problems there is there are just so many bodies. People are banging into one another's book bag bruises are big problems these days. And one of the problems of moving from place to place, kids don't have time to be civil to one another sometimes. If you could take 700 kids out of the hallways, it would be a much, much more civil environment. And I think that's really what we'd all like to see around here. Civility is something that every now and then is missing. And I think if we could restore that, I think the future would be much, much brighter than it is right now.
Because there's no room, District 99 can't add the badly needed technology centers or expand the library. The trailers can only add generic classrooms for English or social studies and can't help relieve the crowding in the hallways, study halls, cafeterias, and libraries. Education is much different than it was in the 70s when enrollment was just as high. For one thing, there was an open campus and students didn't spend their free periods or lunch in school. Other factors have prompted a vast increase in the number of hours that students spend in school. Federal law requiring equal athletic opportunities for girls doubled the size of the sports program. And special ed and vocational students, once in off-campus programs, are back in the classrooms at North and South. Finally, students take significantly more classes than their counterparts did in the 70s, filling up the classrooms. A second problem is the buildings are old and haven't been updated or had major renovations in 40 years. The science labs are antiquated, performing arts areas are outdated, and student security measures need to be added.
Our facilities are woefully behind the times. North High School, for example, hasn't had a major academic addition since 1958, and the last time that anything was done at South High School was in the 60s. That really puts our kids at a significant disadvantage when they're competing for college admissions and scholarships and other specialized programs, because they're having to go up against students who are coming out of high schools with very modern, up-to-date facilities. And so whether we're talking about science labs or computer technology, part of the real reason for this is to give our kids the edge to be successful in the future.
It's very congested at both ends of the day. At South High School, we have one entrance and exit to serve 3,100 students and over 300 employees that arrive here each day. It's not uncommon in the morning to find traffic backed up all the way to the light at 63rd Street and taking 10 to 15 minutes to get from that traffic light into the campus. Residents have expressed concerns about the traffic patterns around the campus. We also have concerns that we don't have enough parking on the campus to meet the needs of our students and faculty and support staff, so that many students are parking several blocks away from campus in order to get to campus and get to their classes.
The District 99 Board of Education has developed a plan to solve the problem of crowding and outdated facilities, and to take District 99 into the next century to continue its performance as a quality high school and allow students to compete globally. The plan is to build a third high school on land District 99 already owns in Woodridge, and to renovate outdated areas of North and South high schools.
This plan is crucial to the future of District 99, addresses two very important concerns: overcrowding of our buildings and renovation and upgrading of our facilities. It's an investment by the community in excellence in education for District 99 and all kids in the community.
The most important aspect of our entire community is the value that we commit to the community, to the students, and the value that the students bring back to the community. The number one factor that I believe a measure of the value and quality of education is the fact that many of our youngsters want to come back, live in our community, raise their family, and have their children go to that very same schools they went to.
The third high school will offer the same quality academic and extracurricular program as North and South, similar to those pictured here from recently constructed high schools. It will house a two-story academic wing with the library and guidance areas as the hub. It will include science labs, technology center, a 1,000-seat auditorium, pool, and diving well. It will be built for 1,700 students from Elementary School District 68. Most of the teachers will be from North and South. The other component of the plan is to upgrade, repair, and renovate North and South. Only the most critical elements were put into this plan. Projects such as improving the entrances to the buildings, enlarging tiny classrooms, creating a resource center for computers, adding a technology backbone, upgrading science labs and music rooms, and adding safety measures so students will have safer access to the building. It also calls for reducing traffic congestion that plagues South and increasing parking so cars won't line the neighborhood streets.
The mobile classrooms behind me are really not part of a permanent solution to District 99's overcrowding problem. What we are looking at is a more personalized, smaller school, series of schools, which will serve the families in all of District 99's 7 communities. There'll be schools where teachers and students can really get to know each other.
This plan will alleviate our severe overcrowding and allow a more personalized approach to learning. It can offer students greater opportunities for leadership roles and participation in extracurricular activities. In short, this plan can create schools whose size will give students and all of our community members a real sense of belonging.
This plan wasn't developed quickly. It took more than a year of surveys, broad-based parent, teacher, and community meetings, and focus groups to pinpoint needs for the plan. It took another year for community groups and the Board of Education to analyze options, get feedback, and develop the solution.
You're looking at one of our temporary classrooms. This is not an ideal solution to our overcrowding problem. But we found there is no ideal solution. The plan that we're proposing, we believe, is the best solution for all of our communities, whether it's Downers Grove to Darien, Lyle to Woodridge, Oak Brook to Bolingbrook. All of District 99 needs to be involved in this plan that we're coming forward with. We believe the plan that we're proposing, our solution to the overcrowding, will take us well into the 21st century. Will give our students the opportunity to be competitive with top-notch graduates graduating from schools all over the world. We believe it is the most cost-effective solution. We have been studying it for a number of years. If I may for a moment paraphrase Clarence Johnson, a longtime principal in District 99, while we have the time, let's do good for all of the District 99 community.